everyone knows that the biggest shopping time of the year is the end of it, which means Christmas, Hanukkah, and then all starts with Thanksgiving and Black Friday. But when we finally move past that, we enter the new year. And for retail, this means another year just like anyone else, but it also means approaching the end of the fiscal year, which normally comes a month later. This is when businesses need to regroup and sometimes reshuffle. They always crunch the numbers and decide how much money needs to be made in order to make their year, essentially, and what steps need to be taken in order to reach that goal. Sometimes, and maybe oftentimes, it's not met. One of the main stores I worked at, we almost never made the goal, even though we were close, but you can't always help everything that happens in life, which includes weather events. And when there are horrible snowstorms during the winter, that will prevent people from going out and shopping, and hence that will hurt your bottom line. When the new year comes around, typically it's almost one of the worst times to work in retail because your hours will be cut. This happens all the time, almost across the board, because payroll hours need to be saved in order to save more money so that companies can make their goal. This has happened time and time again to me, and of course it's not always the worst thing because you might want a little break after the hectic shopping season, but on the other hand, you have to think about everyone who may be affected from it. The new year has always been mostly a fun time for me because I was luckily always very well taken care of and always had those days off. And I always had fun being with my friends, and I was very privileged to have people looking out for me to make sure I could enjoy a holiday with family and friends, and then I didn't have to work. New Year is one of those holidays that I just feel like you really should be with the people closest to you, and it's kind of ridiculous then stores still have to stay open even though the hours are shorter, but it's just not a time where people should be shopping anyway.